kindness will be the order of the day on Monday as we mark International Mandela Day. There are a series of events and activities planned across the country. This year, Mandela will be honoured under the theme, Do What You Can with What You Have, Where You Are. To speak more on this, I'm joined by Edwin Cleophas, the Managing Director of the Social Justice Agency. Thank you very much, Mr. Cleophas, for your time this evening. So I believe that's a Theodore Roosevelt quote. Tell us a little bit more about how you chose this year's theme.
Thank you for that, Adley. Yes, so we will be working towards initiating this theme because it signs in with the Social Cohesion Advocates Program that we work with, where at the end of the day, we come together as a group of people. And regardless of where we are, how we are situated in this country, it is as easy as you starting something. And we've seen it over and over, how just by coming together as a community, by committing your time, whether it's on Mandela Day or any other day that we celebrate, whether it's 67 minutes or more, we come together wherever you are with whatever you have, and then you just commit to a project and to a society and to a community. And that's how we believe and chose this theme to be the one that's going to activate social cohesion in our country.
What events and activations are on the cards for Monday?
So a few of my colleagues will be out and about. We will be in Diepsloot specifically, where we're looking to, there will be some painting of a clinic. We will have some artists and people that will be committing their time to work with the youth in the community. And then colleagues of mine, Dr. Zondi Balungile, they will be out in KZN in the Snating community, where they will be reacting to an activation that we did on 16 June. There was a request from the youth that they need more people coming into the community to assist them with their issues. So we took them up on that, and then we will be activating on Mandela Day for them as well. And this all comes with arts and culture mixed into it, with artists that will do some graffiti, but also with a message of looking at how we tackle issues of unemployment, bringing entrepreneurship with our communities, helping our youth with this huge unemployment that we're struggling with, but also bringing hope and a positive influence in our community, so we become socially cohesive and find ways to bridge some of the troubles that we have been seeing in our communities of late.
Mr. Cleophas, it's been 9 years since the passing of former President Nelson Mandela. Is the momentum of Nelson Mandela Day still going strong and remaining true to his commitment to human rights, conflict resolution and reconciliation?
I think to a large extent, we still have the momentum on our side. I think Nelson Mandela and all the efforts that he made for this country through that 67 years is still felt not just nationally, but also internationally. And I think that drives us as a country. And I think a lot of South Africans are very committed, especially on Mandela Day. I think there's this commitment from our country and our country men and women who basically feels this need to give back because he gave so much. So I think, yes, definitely momentum is on our side. And I think within these structures that we operate under, which is focused on social cohesion and nation building, we see how many people are coming to the table. I mean, some of our staff, just to give you an idea of how committed they are, they collected clothes and food that will be distributed in the KZN area where the flood victims are from our recent floods there. So it is people from all walks of life. And I think that shows a great deal of how we live up to Madiba's standard, but also try to exceed his standard by making sure that nobody goes unnoticed or goes wanting in these difficult times that we are living in.
One day or 67 minutes out of a year of 365 days seems like a very small contribution in the big face of it. But that's exactly what you're saying, isn't it? That every small act of kindness can make a big impact.
Absolutely, Anli. And that is the critical thing that we need to understand. This is not about creating this massive moment of impact where you're helping thousands of people. That is not it. I think if all people can just get the message that it starts with something small, and like the theme says, do what you can with what you have wherever you are. And that is our message at the Social Cohesion Advocates Program. We want people to understand that whatever you have, it doesn't have to be R1 million. It doesn't have to be a fancy car or a fancy event. It just has to be how you show up for your neighbors, for your community, and for people in need. Because if you have changed one life, Anli, just by changing then one life, you have impacted a whole family and you've impacted a whole community where that person lives. So we have to look at that from that perspective. And we hope that South Africans is really going to do their best, not just on Mandela Day and for that 67 minutes, but that they adopt a consciousness of community and a consciousness of being impactful wherever you are, because we need more South Africans to come to the party.
You were saying earlier that youth unemployment is one of the biggest challenges facing South Africa, and that activists in your group are creating and hosting dialogues around the issue. What are you hearing from young people, and what are you hoping will be the outcome of these dialogues?
The young people in South Africa, they are lacking hope. You know, they wanted a certain type of muster coming from not just civil society, but they were very expectant of government, as well as corporates to come to the table and provide opportunities. That has not realized over the last 28 years, and I think that is somewhere where we have to tap in. And I think our job currently as the social justice activist in South Africa is looking towards these corporates and looking towards government within our own spaces where we're working, and asking them, what can you bring to the table and how can we empower? Because what we are currently doing, we are transferring skills and opportunities to the youth. For example, we are doing basic computer training, which is something that lacks heavily in our communities. And we are transferring those skills. But if you're going to scale it at a larger scale, you need corporates and government to come to the party and help us to get to more people in especially the furthest parts of South Africa. But definitely when we speak to the youth, there's a lot of enthusiasm, and you can see that these guys have ideas, they have capacity, and they are so positive about taking South Africa to a point where we can really share in the wealth that is in this country. But in order for us to achieve that and to link on to what the youth are saying about what they need, I think all of us need to play our role, whether it's civil society, corporates or government. We need all of us to stand together, work together to form a formidable nation of youth that will take us forward.
And that all can start on Monday with just 67 minutes. Thank you so much for your time. That was Edwin Cleophas, Managing Director of the Social Justice Agency, talking to us about their plans for Nelson Mandela Day on Monday.